Jammu Links News Top Stories is brought to you by Tasya Herbals alcohol-based hand sanitizer with neem and aloe vera extracts, helping India fight COVID-19. After the restart of domestic air travel in the country, the first flight landed at the Jammu airport from Delhi on Monday morning. The Air India flight with 40 passengers on board arrived here at 8:40 am. Elaborate arrangements are in place to follow the guidelines and standard operating procedures in view of the COVID-19 pandemic. All scheduled commercial passenger flights have been suspended since March 25th, when the government imposed a nationwide lockdown to curb the coronavirus pandemic.
इनका प्रोविज़न अंदर एयरपोर्ट के अंदर ही किया गया है। हेल्थ टीम्स अपना काम कर रही हैं और बाहर आने के बाद उनका सेग्रीगेशन हो रहा है डिपेंडिंग अपॉन वो पेड क्वारंटाइन में जाएंगे कि नॉट पेड क्वारंटाइन में जाएंगे, और गाड़ियों का इंतजाम भी उसी के हिसाब से रखा गया है। जैसे जैसे पैसेंजर मैनिफेस्ट सामने आएगा, गाड़ियाँ जो यहाँ पर पहले से तैनात की गई हैं उनको अपनी डेस्टिनेशन पे लेके जाएंगे।
The son and wife of an advisor to the Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor have tested positive for the novel coronavirus. The advisor to Lieutenant Governor G.C. Murmu has gone into self-quarantine at the Super Speciality Hospital in Riyasi district, where his son and wife are being kept at an isolation ward. The official said that the advisor's wife and son had returned from Delhi a few days back and were staying at a guest house. The results of their samples came on Sunday night and they had tested positive for the disease. Two COVID-19 patients died, one on Sunday night and one on Monday morning in Jammu and Kashmir, raising the death toll to 23 in the Union Territory. Doctors said a 65-year-old woman belonging to the Kulgam district was admitted to the SMHS hospital in Srinagar on May 22nd with bilateral pneumonia. Another 63-year-old patient died in Jammu hospital on Sunday night. The samples of the deceased had been sent for testing a few days back. The report was received yesterday evening. He had tested positive. He had comorbidities. Several localities in the winter capital Jammu were on Monday declared containment areas of red zones following detection of new coronavirus cases, including one death in the last 24 hours, officials said. District Development Commissioner Jammu Sushma Chauhan declared Municipal Ward number 52, 53 and 54 of Trikutanagar, Municipal Ward number 48 of Gurkhanagar, Kalyanpura and Channi Mawaliya village in Kanachak and Simbal and Kharia village of Mira Sahib as red zones, they said. Quoting the separate orders issued by Chauhan, they said the areas were declared containment or red zones after detection of fresh cases, including one death. Two terrorists were killed in an encounter with security forces which ensued during a cordon and search operation in South Kashmir district of Kulgam on Monday. Official sources said that on a tip-off about the presence of terrorists, troops of Rashtriya Rifles, CRPF and Special Operation Group of Jammu and Kashmir Police launched a joint CASO at village Khur Hanjipura on early Monday morning. When the security forces were moving towards a particular area in the village, terrorists shielding there opened fire. Two terrorists were killed in the exchange of fire. A pigeon suspected to be trained in Pakistan for spying was captured along the international border in Kathua district of Jammu and Kashmir. The pigeon, carrying a coded message, was captured by residents of Maniari village in Hiranagar sector soon after it flew into the site from Pakistan. Security agencies concerned are working to decipher the coded message. As the Chinese army has deployed over 5,000 of its troops on the line of actual control at different locations in the Ladakh sector, the Indian army is also increasing presence of its troops to match their strength and is also enhancing its presence in other areas to deter the People's Liberation Troops from carrying out transgressions in other areas. Sources in the Indian Army said that the Chinese have moved in troops and heavy vehicles across the line of actual control near the Pongong Ling and Finger area and are well within the Indian territory. Union Human Resource Development Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank on Monday said that the Central Board of Secondary Education will hold the remaining class 10th and 12th exams at over 15,000 centers across the country. The decision comes in a bid to maintain social distancing at the schools during the exams to prevent the spread of coronavirus. Earlier, the Union Minister had announced that the remaining exams of 10th and 12th CBSE classes will not be held at external examination centers but at the students' respective schools. Around 40% companies operating in the travel and tourism sector are staring at the risk of complete shutdown over the next 3 to 6 months, says a report, even as the domestic flights resume operations after over 2 months suspension due to lockdown. Also, nearly 36% of such companies are likely to witness a temporary shutdown. The report said that 81% travel and tourism companies have lost their revenue up to 100%, while 15% of the companies have witnessed its slide up to 75%. Amid tensions due to Pakistan sponsoring cross-border terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir, Border Security Force on Monday did not send sweets to Pakistan Rangers at the Wagah border on the occasion of Eid ul-Fitr. However, BSF troops exchanged sweets with the Bangladeshi troops deployed at the India-Bangladesh border. Since the last few occasions, BSF has not been participating in the customary exchange of sweets at the Atari Wagah border in Punjab, which used to take place on Republic Day, Independence Day, Eid, Diwali, among other events. India on Monday reported another highest single-day spike for the fourth successive day, with 6,977 new cases of the coronavirus disease reported in the last 24 hours, taking the infection tally to 1.31 lakh. The total tally stands at 1,38,845, which includes 77,103 active cases, 57,721 recovered cases, 1 migrant patient, and death toll at 4,021. 154 deaths were also reported in the last 24 hours. The recovery rate in India stands at 41.57%. Harshdev Singh, Chairman JKNPP and former minister, said that during the last 2-3 months, several poor farmers and agriculturists besides Rehri and Pariwalas have been divested of their lands and workplaces, declaring such places as state properties. But the leaders and workers of BJP not only continue to retain state lands, but are openly raising palatial buildings on municipal and state lands with active support of the officials of revenue and local body.